My husband cheated on me. Do you guys think it's a one-time thing? I am not op. Original post from our relationship advice and our true off my chest by you. Exact explanation 22. Spoiler space. According to Reader's Digest, roller coasters were invented to distract Americans from sin in the 1880s by a hosiery businessman named Lamarcus Thompson. He built the first one in one of the most immoral places he could think of, Coney Island. This is somewhat related to this update saga as it resembles a roller coaster and contains at least one action that is commonly considered sinful. Details on hosiery are scarce, but I'm sure if you use your imagination, you can fit it in somewhere. The first two posts were posted on BORU over a year ago. There have been several more updates. This is flared as ongoing because this is definitely not over. TW. Cheating. Insinuations of controlling behavior. Less than mood spoiler. Some people never learn. And a major loose plot thread. Less than. My husband cheated on me. Do you guys think it's a one-time thing? / December 2nd, 2022. My 24F husband, 29 meters, have been in a relationship for 6 years. We got married 3 years ago. I thought our relationship was perfect. There was never any signs of anything being wrong. He came home on time every day and left for work on time every day. He was always affectionate and I thought our relationship was perfect. But then when he was in the shower I saw a notification on his phone. It was from a girl on Instagram I'd never seen before. I opened his phone with his passcode. He'd always been very open with me about his passcode and things like that. I'd never checked his phone before because I didn't feel I had to. When I opened Instagram, which I didn't even know he had downloaded, I found a bunch of messages to small influencers who posted revealing photos. I am in no way against them, but my husband was clearly flirting with them. His account had some photos of him, with some heavy filtering, and his bio said he was 25 and single. I was shocked obviously and just kept staring at the phone, but I couldn't stop looking. I took screenshots and sent them to myself with the usernames of the girls. When my husband came out of the shower he found me crying and on his phone. He quickly realized what happens and started to comfort me and tell me it was just a one-time mistake. I asked if he had gone on dates or slept with any other women. Then he got angry and started shouting at me that I invaded his privacy. He kicked me out of the house and I went to a friend's home. I'd never seen that side of him before. In 6 years he'd always been so sweet and loving. Sometimes he'd get angry, sure, but everyone did and I can't blame him for that. I know men have urges to cheat sometimes because it's just how they are biologically, so I don't blame him. I just wished he'd talk to me. My friend told me I'm being delusional and made a good point about how he hadn't apologized yet. I thought I should post here after lurking for a while and ask for some advice on what I should do because I feel so lost right now. I reached out to who my husband was cheating on me with. December 7th, 2022. This is kinda an update to my last post on a different sub, but I just wanted to talk about what I did. Update on the situation itself. I read a lot of comments and advice people gave me and I realized I deserved better than that. I deserved someone that loved me for me and wouldn't need someone else to satisfy them. But something about everything really bugged me. In the screenshots that I had, there was this girl. The girl was like the main person he texted and flirted with. She was 23 and I just felt so horrible because she seemed so in love with him. I found her Instagram and I messaged her. I thought that she deserved to know what happened. She was pissed when she found out what was happening. So I can stop referring to her as she. I'll call her JJ. Was clearly upset at the whole situation and kept apologizing to me. Then she asked if she could take me out for coffee to talk about this whole situation. I agreed because I was curious. So basically we met up the following day and I talked to her about my husband, and she told me about how they met and how long they had been dating. He went behind my back and dated her for 10 months. 10 months. Which was just insane to me that he managed to find the time in between without me noticing. But here's the kicker. He was still texting her. I quickly learned that Jay was a very vengeful person because she told me that she wanted to lead my husband on for me. She told me that she herself had been cheated on before and was not going to let another cheater get off the hook like that. Jay gave me a pep talk about how I'm a strong, powerful woman and we need to stick together, which was honestly really refreshing. She said that she'd continue to flirt with him and etc. and try to get him to let her come to our house. Apparently he only met her at hotels or at her home. And then she'd get a bunch of glitter and throw it all over his stuff. Honestly, it made me laugh to think about because my husband would be so angry. So I allowed her to do that because honestly I don't care about any of my stuff that'll get damaged in the process. I wasn't a big spender, so I didn't have much, and I wouldn't be surprised if what I did have was already destroyed by him. I'll update you guys on that if you're interested. Update on my emotional situation. I feel a lot better than I did when I made that post. I still feel upset and I still have this feeling that it's my fault, but thanks to you guys, Jay, and the awesome friend I've been staying with, I feel a lot better. I feel angry and frustrated, but more exhausted than anything. I've gotten in contact with a lawyer, and that's a whole complicated process that I just don't want to deal with. I just want to be free of him. I feel disgusted with myself and betrayed. I mourn the relationship I had, but now that I look back on it, I was always tense and a sad shell. Sorry, I'm rambling. Edit. Okay, so I forgot to mention in the post because I thought it was obvious, but Jay genuinely had no idea that my husband was lying to her. I could tell how upset she was. It's the type of upset that you can't really describe over text. She was very apologetic to me about the situation and felt very guilty herself. Trust me when I say that she has no intentions of getting back with my husband. I reached out to who my husband cheated on me with. Update. April 5th, 2023. I've tried writing this post lots of times, but I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it. There's been so much going on and it's been crazy, so I'm sorry if this doesn't make much sense and for the slow update. So at first I was staying with my friend who, for the sake of consistency, we'll call Kay. Kay has been a huge help and I have appreciated her so much. Jay was originally going to go through with the glitter plan. She updated me every step of the way, even sending me pictures of her buying the glitter. She'd send me screenshots of the texts between her and my husband. It didn't even take her long to convince my husband to let her come over because he clearly thought since I was gone I wouldn't find out. Jay told me they watched a movie, and before things escalated he went to the bathroom, in which she quickly pulled out the glitter and threw it at his side of the closet in our bedroom. She then ran, taking a few photos of the crime scene before she left. My husband was furious. It was this bright pink glitter that was sprayed all over his work clothes. I'm the one who does the laundry, so he had no way of figuring out how to get it out. The funniest part is this man had the audacity to call me an hour after she left and beg me to come home. Probably to clean his clothes, honestly. I wish I could show you how he sounded when I said no and that I was filing for divorce. He was so shocked and kept stumbling over his words. He never expected that I'd have the guts to do it. The months following weren't easy, and my ex-husband was not cooperating or being easy when I was trying to divorce him. He'd switch between calling me a dirty whore bitch to sobbing and begging me to forgive him. J and K were my rocks and made sure that I didn't forgive him. I'm so grateful for them because at some points I felt like giving up and taking him back. J. especially was great because as much as I love K, she's very traditional. A little background I guess, but I didn't have many friends, and when I got married I had even fewer. My husband didn't like me going out much. The only friend that I had to fight to keep was K. She's my childhood best friend. Kay at first let me stay at her house and she was shocked by husband's betrayal. She thought we'd eventually get back together. After seeing all the horrible names he called me, though, she quickly switched to my side, but I know she still has some thoughts that she's not expressing with me. Jay knew what it was like to be cheated on in a long-term relationship, and she had gotten out of an abusive relationship too. It was like a breath of fresh air because she was the complete opposite of me. She was very loud and outgoing. She's a huge feminist and was so sad that I was so isolated from my femininity. Jay often took me out shopping and encouraged me to be bold and pick things that I liked for me. We ended up going on a road trip together during early March because I was really struggling with my ex-husband and I was exhausted. So we went camping together for a week with no internet connection. That was my first time camping and it was really fun, but definitely never again, haha. Last week my ex-husband tried showing up at Kay's place, where I'm staying. And that was a whole issue cause he knew Kay wouldn't be home when he came. It was so scary. He was pounding on the door like crazy and screaming. I feel so bad for the neighbors. Luckily Jay had been over when he showed up because she gave him a mouthful and told him that if he didn't leave she was going to call the police. I'm so grateful for her because I was just frozen and watching this unfold. I've never been good with conflict. Anyways, yeah, that's kinda what's been going on so far. IDK, I'm really hoping my ex-husband leaves me alone. I'll update you guys if anything interesting happens, lol. I really like my ex-husband's mistress. June 21st, 2023. I recently got out of a horrible marriage from the help of my best friend and my ex-husband's mistress. JJ has been so lovely and a huge support. She's shown me how to be independent and actually enjoy myself. I've always been expected to act quiet and do as I'm told, but she showed me how to stick up for myself and to do things just because I want to. She's super fun and kind and I appreciate her so much. Here's the issue though. I think I romantically like her, which is crazy to me because I've never even thought about women that way, and I only just got out of a relationship. I don't know what to do. I feel like a high school girl when I'm around her. I get butterflies in my stomach and she makes me so happy. I've been doing research on this kind of thing and I still don't know if I'm gay or not, but I don't know what to do. I really like her and I want to ask her on a date, but I don't even know if she likes women. Also, I don't want to lose her as a friend if this all goes south. I'm just so lost. It doesn't help that she's super affectionate with me. Like the other day we were having a movie night and she fell asleep on my shoulder and I practically melted. I've been so nervous around her recently and I'm scared she's going to suspect something. Anyone have any advice? I would post on relationship advice, but they took my post down the first time I ever posted, so I'm kinda scared to post there again. Edit. Forgot to mention, but yeah, she's very much not dating my ex-husband. She was disgusted when she found out and immediately wanted to make it up to me. I posted about it before, so yeah. I'm 25F. Getting back together with my ex-husband. 30 meters. How do I break the news to my roommate? 24F. October 8th, 2023. I tried posting this to another sub, but I don't think it went through, so I'm back to my favorite subreddit for this stuff. My 25F. ex-husband. 30 meters. Have been thinking about getting back together. My roommate, J. 24F, who is also my best friend, doesn't know, but I know she would be totally against it. It's a long story. I've posted about it on my profile, but in summary, my husband cheated on me a lot. Jay was one of his affair partners. I reached out to Jay. She had no idea and we became best friends from there. Has helped me through so much. I was really struggling with the divorce and she gave me a place to stay. She cheered me up and showed me who I am outside of my husband. But recently my husband showed up to the apartment begging for me to take him back. It was so scary. He looked horrible. He was crying and telling me he didn't know what to do without me. He told me that his mother was sick and she was getting worse. He ended up convincing me to go on one date with him, but then I felt like I was leading him on, so I kept hanging out with him. He's nicer now. He tells me he loves me now and he buys me flowers. It's starting to feel like when we first met. This has only been happening for about 2 months now and nobody knows. But he's really pushing for it to be public. I can't make it public without my best friend knowing, and she'd hate me for it. She hates my ex-husband with a burning passion. She hates him for how he hurt me and how he hurt her. She's extremely protective of me and will think he's holding me hostage or something. I really don't want to lose her, but I miss my husband. I miss being a wife. We haven't even fully gone through with the divorce yet because he's been so against it, but it seems we might not need it. Plus she'll think it's going too fast since I plan on moving out soon too. Any advice on how I should bring this conversation up with my best friend, roommate? Oh honey. Some people really need to spend time alone learning to be happy with just themselves. Oh my. He cheated, he isolated her, he treated her badly, she left and is now going back? Question mark. Just no. I was really hoping she'd stick with the gay storyline and not the abuse storyline. This has to be bait. It hits every standard rage-inducing trope and bad decision. He told me his mother was sick and getting worse. I'd bet $100. He tries to convince her to leave her job and take care of his mom. I was just waiting for her to say she was in love with the mistress. And boom. There it was. What a crock. Kinda reminds me of the Cameron Diaz and Leslie Mann movie where their husband cheats with both of them, and they become friends. ChatGPT is apparently writing multi-part posts now. Oh no, that last update, skeptical smiley face. Oh Jesus, I can almost hear the open relationship coming a mile away. I miss being a wife. Oh girl, that doesn't mean you have to be cornuda wife. Faithful to a cheating husband. A controlling one. Who love bombs when needed. Some people don't want to be helped. Oh wow, it's like watching a slow-motion train wreck. Oh, my sweet summer child. I'm sorry she's so naive. What the hell? Question mark. I hope everyone in her posts tell her to run. She has so much time left in her life to start over. Ugh, that last update is so goddamn depressing. J&K lol. If you believe any of this story, you are a doofus. Ooh no. Oh no, just when she was out, he pulled her back in.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.